All right, welcome back to the Sooner Surge. And today, OU wins their 51st straight game and advances to the World Series championship, where they'll await the winner of Florida State, Tennessee. But guys, what an epic battle, 9 innings. I mean, this team, they win again when the pressure's on there. They win. They had a tough battle. They had to face Vaughter and then Kennedy, guys, for 5 innings. And wow, what a game. And what a clutch performance there by Tiare Jennings at the end. But guys, I'm just going to open it up and see what your thoughts are on the game.
It's Tia time, man. You see it?
On her birthday.
Tia time. Tia, guys, it's Tia time. We saw Jordy Ball delivering since she came out of the womb. Quote from Patty Gasso in today's post game. By the way, just an absolute great quote. And it's just like OU did it all, played defense, had big time hitting. Guys, after Alina Torres got on base, and when was that, the top of the seventh, I thought OU had won the game at that point. I'm not going to lie.
Well, they had first and second no out after Boone bunted, and just nothing after it.
With Jada Coleman at the plate.
And I know a lot of –
I think that's what stands out to me.
Go ahead.
I said I think that's what stands out to me is OU had so many opportunities where they actually left. They were 2 for 15 at one point with runners on base today. And it just felt like the game, like it's one of those games where, man, you got to get these runners home or it's going to come back to bite you. But this team continues to show that those things don't happen to this team.
Yeah, and to me also, I think we were texting back and forth. You got down 2-0. May had the first inning where she struggled a bit and allowed the bomb, but then she settled down great and pitched the next 3 innings really well, 3 or 4 innings, whatever it was. But you just had the feeling that if OU could get a lead, it was going to be over. It was kind of that feeling, and you also had a feeling that you didn't want to get behind once Kennedy came in. She came in, I believe, in the 5th. You didn't want to get down with her in there. So it was kind of every at-bat was so clutch, I think, from a 2-2 tie on, is because you didn't want to you didn't want to be the one trailing at that point. You knew Ball was coming in to finish it off. You knew Kennedy was coming in. And, I mean, Kennedy, guys, she's a great freshman. I mean, she did have a little bit less velocity today, and you could kind of tell the Sooners were getting some bats on the ball. But yeah, I mean, you think about Torres had the one to the wall. Lyons had a good rope to the wall off Kennedy. They had some really good at-bats, and then Tiare Jennings just bulleted one in the right field gap. But, man, what a performance by Ball, too, to come in. Once again, no runs. I mean, she outpitched Kennedy twice. Can we all admit that? I mean,
yes,
she did.
For sure.
She did.
But, man, yeah, go ahead, Jackson.
I was going to say, though, that Jordy Ball, she has definitely, I would say, upped her game in the Cincinnati tournament. We all knew she was incredible in the regular season. She had her struggles with giving up runs, and this postseason, she's gotten in jams, hasn't given up runs. She's really just pitched great. She, in my opinion, is. If they were to hand out a postseason MVP right now, it would go to Jordy Ball, even though Tiare Jennings would have a very, very –
And Coleman's had a good series. But, the thing about Ball is she wants the ball when the pressure's on.
Exactly.
She wants it. I mean, that's what – not all players are like that, guys. Not all great players are like that. There's a lot of great players that when the game's on the line, they don't want the ball. But Jordy does, and she wants that pressure situation. And you're seeing how she's performing in it right now.
And there was really – now, look, I understand Nicole May, that first inning was a little rough there. Really, the hanger to Chung, you can't throw the pitch waist high over the center part of the plate on an 0-2 count. Okay, that's the one pitch. If you ask Nicole May, that's the one she wants back. But outside of that, they didn't hit her hard from then on. And it was a huge deal because had they gone up 3 or 4 runs, I think we see Kennedy even earlier. And that game may have been over, okay? But Nicole May was able to – and Gasso talked about it when they interviewed on ESPN. She regained her composure. They have her back. I mean, she retired, I think, 13 straight at one point and really had no hard-hit ball, so it really was helping us settle down. And then once Jada tied it with the solo shot, yanking the ball from the inside part of the plate over the right field wall, tied the game. You knew this was going to be one of those games, and where one swing of the bat could change it. And it was the birthday girl, Tiare Jennings, changing it. I just think it's hilarious that Jada Coleman throws her bat and is going flat out, losing her ever-loving mind over an intentional walk. Because if you ask her, she's going to say why, and the reason is she knew Tiare was going to step up. That's why she was going so crazy. I
think she also was trying to get energy in the building. Like, hey, this is it.
Maybe get a little bit into Kennedy's head.
Yes, and look who came through. I mean, Tiare Jennings. I mean, just
2 strikes.
What a bullet! You roped that ball.
The best 2-strike hitting team I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, you're right about that. I mean, you're definitely right. 2 strikes, it doesn't really matter with 2 strikes.
Hey, Jerem.
Yeah.
You know who hit the ball good too?
Who?
Alina Torres.
Alina Torres, I thought she lost that one over the fence, man. I thought it was gone.
So did I.
Name.
Boone had a good game.
The way I jumped up after Alina Torres got a hold of that ball, I was like, that ball's freaking gone. It was not. It looked like it had a solid chance, but there just wasn't quite enough air. And Torres, man, she just hasn't had her play yet this postseason, and I think that was finally her play. And Torres, really, she's been kind of quiet this year. It's not like because her and Sydney Sanders early in the year were kind of battling it out for spots, and Sydney Sanders took over at first base, and Torres, she's played in the outfield some, but like you've seen other players out there in right field. And Torres, man, I think she secured her spot potentially for even maybe next season in the starting outfield with that hit today.
Kenzie Hansen was solid again, but hey, you got to admit, and this proves what Gasso's been saying, Haley Lee, Sydney Sanders, Torres, right? These transfers, Haley Lee's not had a great series at the plate. This is a different animal when you get in this game, in this level. And you can see kind of the experience, the captains, those that have been here before, rising to the top because they've been in this moment. So it is huge for these other girls to get in and get this moment because they've wanted to experience this forever. But
yeah, and you know, Tiare Jennings today tied Jocelyn Lalo for the most World Series RBIs, I believe. And she's going to break it. It's inevitable. She's going to break it. She's only a junior, too, which is just insane. But another thing, I have to mention this. I mentioned it in the live. But it's time to change the rules, guys. It's time to change the rules. You know, you are the team that has went through the postseason, the World Series undefeated, and you have to lose twice, and you're a visitor. That's a joke. It's an absolute joke. And they got to change the rule. That's dumb. You're giving the advantage to the team that is lower seeded. Why is that still a rule? Why are we not changing that as softball? I mean, why?
No idea.
Do y'all not agree?
I agree. The home team should be the higher seed.
Yes. Both games, yes.
Agreed.
Jay.
Yeah.
Patty was talking. Well, right after the Clemson game, after we won,
yeah,
she said they don't like she doesn't like double elimination.
Oh, I like the double elimination. I just think they need to do something about the visitors.
Wait, guys, it's the bracket in the World Series. She doesn't.
Oh, you mean swapping over?
She doesn't like how it flips over depending on seating, I think.
Yeah.
It's kind of dumb, but you know, I don't make the bracket. They don't care what we have to say. They're going to do what they want to do, whatever is going to earn them the most money. But yeah, go ahead, Jeremy.
I'll tell you what's going to earn them the most money. OU playing game after game like this. You talk about softball rising right now in fame and popularity. If you're just a casual fan watching that game today, it was edge of the seat moment after moment from the 5th inning on.
Yeah, and I know this last week we've seen a lot on Twitter and people just bashing the fact that it's in Oklahoma City again. But you know what? It doesn't matter where they play. OU's going to win. And here's the matter of fact is that OU draws the crowd and OU draws the ticket sales. You know, I heard the Alabama coach saying when OU gets the SEC, you know, you know, the OU Alabama series, that 3-game series, is going to be sold out so far in advance. It's going to be $300 something a ticket. How's that any different than what it is now in OU? You need to come to OU where we play softball and see how this is how it's done all the time in OU, is it not?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's a tough
I thought
ticket every
those
time.
comments were. Now
What?
it could be OU versus an SEC team if Tennessee can beat Florida State twice, but I see Sandercock beating Tennessee in the second game. I think Tennessee's going to win the first one. They may make it interesting in the second, but I look for this to be OU Florida State, Ball versus Sandercock. Florida State has some good pitching. They're pretty deep pitching, but no one like Kennedy, guys. And I think OU's bats. For a team and Jackson's going to disagree, okay? Jackson's going to probably disagree with this statement. For a team that has every bit, 100% of the pressure on them, this team plays looser than I've ever seen anyone play with that much pressure. And it's because of Patty Gasso. But how she has them loose before the game and able to step up in big moments. There is no pressure on anyone else except OU right now. No one expects anyone to beat OU.
But Jerem,
Especially twice. Yeah,
Jerem,
Braden. Yeah.
I saw on Twitter last week that some guy was bashing on Brito
For
about
throwing the bat.
throwing the bat and
That's
She
so dumb. She
didn't today though. She walked
time.
and she kind of tossed it over. She didn't slam it down. But Jada Coleman did on the intentional walk.
oh, she did now.
She went,
But
bam!
also,
Get up! Get up!
the reason why Brito's bat slam got so much slack was because it was right next to Stanford bench. I believe. Was it Stanford that?
Yep.
that he did?
Called pure excitement. You ask every one of these girls, they don't do it for any reason except they're excited for their teammate. That's the difference.
I think the Brito thing too was just she threw it right down where she was standing, and it was real close.
Actually, no, she did it against Tennessee.
Tennessee, yes.
Nah, but not against.
Hey, but you know that people
Hey.
can bash the yelling and stuff all they want, but Kennedy, every time she strikes someone out, she goes nuts, and I don't hear anybody complaining. So I think that's just a moot
Also,
point about
I
that.
heard, like, I don't remember who said it, but someone in our text thread said that they don't not like Kennedy, which, if you ask me, I have most respect for her
I have tons of respect for her.
with the way she's competing
Jay,
against OU and her mindset. It's a lot like Jordy Ball.
Jay,
Killer
Yeah.
mentality. I would not want to play.
you that
Kennedy.
said you don't like the Stanford coach,
No, I didn't say that.
or was that Jerem?
That was Jeremy. But hey, guys, listeners
I
and
say
everybody,
many things when I'm in the middle of a game,
Hey.
guys.
Yeah.
everybody
You know-
everybody listening to this, just know that Jeremy, it's like anytime OU's playing another team, he's not going to like anybody on the team. I do the same thing. I don't
I'm
like
not
Call
all
him being a
playing.
fan, dude.
Yeah,
I'm saying,
exactly.
bro.
I have
There's
respect
nothing wrong
for
with
him.
that.
What, Trades?
You know who had a great game today was the Sooners defense. Riley Boone and Grace Lyons, some of the plays they made.
Great play.
Grace Lyons continues to make the average, the play that's in the hole look like it's average. Like she's so good. And then Riley
Yeah.
Boone really in the first inning made a great play
Jackson,
on that
Yeah.
catch.
was it you that said Lions made a heck of the catch or something?
Yes, dude. That was an.
She made a great play in the gap, almost doubled the girl up.
Guys, Grace Lyons finally got her play, dude. It was
Yeah, that was a big hit for her. I think that could open up the
Huge.
floodgates for her, you know.
Kinsey Hansen had a great game.
She
2
did.
hits. Opposite field, dude. They got to be patient like that. And guys,
Here's
I'm
what
just
this-
excited because 53 is going to be the number, boys.
Here's the
53.
deal. Here's the deal, and I think Patty Gasso usually plays this way, but it's just like when you try to win that game against Tennessee, they wanted to win that game because then you have to lose twice, right? That's why the first game of the World Series is so massive.
Massive.
Series. You got to
It'll
win the
be
first
Ball
one.
versus Sandercock.
Yep, you got to win the first one and then go close it out. But yeah, I
Jackson,
expect,
turn that shirt around. Turn around. Who we got, Jackson?
Hey,
let's go.
Let's go.
Closing it out today. So
Patty Gasso calls her tough as nails.
that's right.
And guys, it is true. She's as tough as nails. Jordy Ball, Tiara Jennings, Riley Boone, Jada Coleman. It doesn't matter. Someone always makes the big play. And guys, if you haven't, yeah, go ahead.
Real quick before you're getting ready to close it, I just want to say to our listeners, thank you Thank you for listening and commenting. And I want you to leave a comment on this episode. And I want you to tell us who OU is going to be playing, and do they win in 2? Do they win in 3? Or we have a few Seminole fans that have commented. Does Florida State beat OU? Love to see your comments in here. And just thanks again, guys. Jackson, close it out.
Speaking of all the games all year, Traber, you've been doing a great job covering the softball team. And your article today, I'm sure it's great. I'm going to go and read it after the game. And speaking of that, go check out Surge Sports Network. We great. Hunter just got done covering OU baseball for the year. Go read some Miss Pat's articles. They're great. And if you haven't followed our social medias, and as Jason said, like, subscribe, comment. And boys, I think
Yeah.
Here's what I predict, or my expression of the game was, Tiare Jennings was patient at the plate.
Oh, it was massive, dude.
Yep.
Huge. You're right,
It was
Braden.
massive.
Guys, they're the
Well, guys, as Braden said, Tiare Jennings is patient at the plate. And guys, it was a Tiare party, and I know after this game, I'm going to go in and enjoy myself.
Hey, wait, before
Happy
we close
birthday,
it,
Tia.
Happy
Happy birthday,
hey,
Tia.
before we close it, let's sing happy birthday to Tia. Tiare. You want to?
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Happy birthday
to
to
you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy
birthday, dear Tiare. Happy birthday to you. That was awful. We apologize, listeners.
Boomer.
Boomer.
Boomer.